Did you record it?
No.
Crack a couple beers, we'll talk about the sport. Maybe some other things, don't take us to court.
Woohoo! How good, lads? We are back again. Jack, Nick, Len, the weekend warriors, and the fellas have made it onto the cricket pitch. Jack, Nick, how'd you go on the weekend? We'll start with you, Jack, mate. How'd it go? Bombs? Yes, no?
Should take myself off mute. Hey, mate. Yeah, no bombs for me, mate. Used it, played along the carpet until I hit one straight down someone's throat. A nice 20 odd. So we'll call it 30.
Nice.
And yeah, it was bloody good fun to get out there.
Stobes, mate, anything off the block?
I sucked. I think I dropped a catch, scored fuck all, and got pongoed. So that's exactly how you want to start the season.
Mate, that's how you want to start preseason. I tell you though. I mean, what have you done last two preseasons? You've gone 50 and 70 and then done fucking nothing. So preseason runs don't count. I think Jack's found the nice middle balance. Just get your eye in, have a little cheeky fucking hit round, and then just call it a day, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. Good to be out in the sun. It was some big scores, but good to get the job done. You go from there. Obviously, it feels like summer again.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. Gutted I couldn't be out there with you boys, but hey, we'll be out there again shortly. So without further ado, though, the theme this week, I believe, is Allez, bleu, France. Oh, hey, oui, suck my wee wee. The Yeah. Fucking hell. We'll get into that later as to why we've gone with the France theme, but any sport nuffy out there will know exactly why we are supporting Le France, and anyone that listened last week will know that Big Len picked Allez bleu. Unfortunately, the fellas have been rogue on me and not given me the W because I picked the incorrect margin, bastards. But anyway, without further ado, mate, let's kick it off with a fan favorite. Jack, what have you got for us?
Yeah, let's kick things off with some punt, pork, or propose. Absolute classic here. Really tough to figure out what to chuck in the category this week, but we all like our food, so that's where we're going to start today's episode. So punt, pork, or propose. So we're going to give three options to the lads. Either punt it, get rid of it, kick it to touch. Either pork it, one night stand, or propose, get the knee dirty, keep it on for good. Alrighty, here we go, lads. What have we got? We've got croissants or croissants, macarons or crepes. Sorry, not Len. So we've got crepes there as well. What do you reckon, boys? Stobie.
This wasn't actually too difficult for me. So I'm going to run with a punt or kick to the curb, macaron. I'm going to. I don't even know really what they are, to be fair. Just little fucking sweetie treats.
Are they those little biscuits with coconut and
they're like coloured and stuff like that, food coloured and.
Oh, those little round things.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I was thinking something else.
Yeah, no, they were good for throwing at someone, but that's about it, I reckon. Pork. I've gone with the once off. Gone for a once off with the creepy. Just because realistically proposing to a croissant was the easiest decision. It's an everyday thing. Get around it. Coffee and a croissant or croissant goes well. So that's my name and that's my story. Punt, pork, and propose.
Very nice.
Yeah, mate. I'm not too far from you. I'm going to punt the crepe though, because who needs a creepy crepe? You've already got Len, so don't need another one. Then I'm going to one off the macaron because I actually don't think I've ever had one, to be honest. So we'll have one of them. Give them a whirl, see how we go. Yeah, it'd be rude not to. And then propose to the croissant. You can have them sweet, you can have them savoury, you can have them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It goes hard. The croissant.
Very nice, gents. I've binned off the macarons. I'm not much of a sweet tooth, so those can go. I'm going to pork the croissant because the way I've said it there is obviously just by itself, and I don't think just by itself there's enough to it. But you whack in your bacon, your eggs, your hash brown breakfast sort of big brekkie with it, goes down an absolute treat. And then for the crepes, again, I'll do a savoury one. So I'll do like a bacon and cheese one, a ham and cheese one, and I'm happy as Larry. Yeah, I'm not a sweet tooth, man. Like that's what I would
No, no, no,
have.
no, no. But what I'm saying here is that you've gone, you can't have a croissant by itself. Then you're going, oh, I'm going to have a crepe with fucking everything in it.
No, because crepe by itself you wouldn't have, but a croissant's like known to have like just by itself, right? When you're over there. Am I wrong?
Yeah, right. Very good. And now we move into some NPC.
Is Stobie frozen?
I don't know. Maybe. Who
Or
cares?
he's just in shock because I've said something.
Is he in shock? Is he frozen?
Anyway, fuck that, dude.
Fuck him. Before we move into it, though, I just want to shout out sponsor, friend of the show, No Ugly, getting me through tonight with a bit of a focus. Stobie, try this instead of the calming teas, mate. We'll send a couple your way.
Very good. Thanks, mate. I think I went missing for a second there as well. So how good. But yeah, I
Anyway.
do need one of those.
Yeah, fucking oath. They're actually quite nice as well. Blackcurrant, the old focus ones. Oh, g'day, mate. How are ya?
Fellas, how are we? Back again.
Yeah, mate. 2 weeks running for you, Westy? How's it been, mate? Good weekend?
Yeah, unreal weekend to code, especially the Saturday. Sunday was a bit of a one to forget, but I think we got all the hard work done out of the way on Saturday. So I'm here to fill you boys in. Obviously, you guys were chasing the red ball around, were you?
Trying to, mate. Welcome back, Westy.
White ball this year.
Yeah, for those on the podcast, thank you, Lynn, for not introducing. Westy's back on this week to go through some NPC, and it'll be bloody good to hear his expert thoughts. We had a few messages in, and yeah, the people are keen to listen again, mate. So well done.
Glad to hear it, fellas. Well, might as well get stuck in. First game of the round, Taranaki Otago, an absolute humdinger, and went pretty true to script. The Naki dotted down in the first 5 minutes off the back of a huge Petafeta touch finder. Now, as you boys obviously were unable to park yourself up in front of the TV, I'd highly recommend settling in for the YouTube highlights, because you need to keep an eye on the Taranaki number 8 here, Peter Gus Sowakula. He throws a massive cutout ball, gets himself in a position to receive the offload, bumps off 2 tacklers, then offloads again to put the prop in the corner. Absolutely unreal start in the first 5 minutes. Unfortunately, though, a couple of minutes later, Taranaki's clearing kick was charged down to bring Otago back even. Rest of the half was a bit of back and forth, but yeah, the Bulls headed into the break up 22-12. Now, they did come out charging again in the second half, scoring 10 quick points to go up by 20. Then what can only be described as an absolute howler from the officiating staff. Jason Potros, the Taranaki first 5, was binned for intentionally knocking the ball dead. Very much a marginal call, and Otago scored off the resulting penalty. Now, here's a hectic stat for you. There were no points scored in the final 25 minutes of the game.
Wow.
It was a defensive masterclass, mainly from the Naki, who finished defending their own line for the best part of 15 minutes. The goal line defense was broken up, however, in the 75th minute with an absolute moment of individual brilliance from the replacement winger, Viraniki Tikoi Solomona. Now, again, park up in front of the YouTube highlights and have a go at this guy's step. He gets around 6 defenders without having a hand laid on him, almost sets up another unreal try. But in the end, Taranaki hold on, get the win 32-19.
We were doing the wrong stuff on the weekend, playing that stupid cricket game. We should have been watching this. You should have been commentating, Westy. Bloody good, That's
get rid of Marshy, get Westy in the commentary box, I reckon. How does that sound? Yeah, that's not bad. And what happened in the second game, Westy?
Second game, it was a belter. Just quickly, my man of the match for that first game was the captain for Taranaki, Tiarangi Walden. At centre, had an unreal game and brought a trophy back to his hometown. So that's bloody good.
Nice, Len. I bet you can't wait to see that when you go home.
Yeah, mate. Well, as it turns out, look, I know I picked Otago and Tasman, and look, they played their finals last week. I've said that once, and I'll say it again. But hey, look, cliche. as we all know, I am a true North Island, born and bred, legend. So look, at the end of the day, no surprises that we got the chocolates. Try to give my Southern brothers some love. Make them feel a little bit better about themselves. I know it's tough down there. They've, adopted old Westy into their Southern ways. But look, I know I'm a true North Island boy at heart. And look, at the end of the day, great to see Code back in the regions.
I zoned
And,
out when you
look-
called yourself a legend.
Yeah.
Likewise.
I was
I
like,
think-
yeah,
let's
we all
get
just
Westy-
went, you
let's
kept
get Westy
rambling
back
another
on.
90 seconds after just calling yourself a legend. We are like, oh. All right,
Look,
Westy,
anyway,
next,
all I'm
next
saying is
game,
that
mate.
Mad Monday, I'm sure they're enjoying themselves, all right?
Yeah,
You got a
punching
mute
darts.
button, Windler?
Yeah, it's a great shout.
Absolutely. Westy, next game, please, mate.
All right, we'll run it back. We got Waikato Tasman for the second game. I mean, it was an absolute classic, and it was the final that the competition deserved. Waikato did dominate the opening exchanges, but 25 minutes in, they only had 3 points to show for it. Fast forward to a scrum on halfway. Louis Chapman, the Tasman 9, runs one of the great lines, sells a couple of dummies, and sets up NZ7's gun, Regan Ware, for the first try. Waikato answered through an opportunistic try from 60 metres out by Balin Sullivan. Now, that name sounds familiar. He's the brother of Blues and College Rifles fullback Zahn Sullivan. So a lot of talent in that family. But yeah, the first half finished up Waikato up 13-10. Now, second half, full of drama. 7 minutes in, Balin Sullivan scores a replica of the try he scored down in the first half. Another wayward pass scooped up, dotted down under the black dot. Now, they were playing advantage for a knock on, and the question is, was the advantage over? Well, no, it wasn't. The ref got slightly ahead of himself, seeing the space that Tasman had out wide, and called it over before the pass was thrown. Dubious, but that's code sometimes. And full credit to Tasman. They did march their way back into the Waikato 22, courtesy of a Levi Armua, and even things up with 13 to go. And what a 13 minutes it was. 20 all, the final of the season. I mean, it's what you live for, really. One of the great no tries of the year from Waikato. And it also included one of the great passes from a 37-year-old replacement number 8, Liam Messam.
That was one of the great balls I've ever seen.
Goodness me.
From a number 8, that was silky. That could have
Winding back the
been
clock,
Carlos Spencer in his peak.
Just the vision.
Yeah.
But it did trigger a bit of a momentum swing. Waikato were camped down in the Tasman 22 with time expired, but the hooter hadn't sounded. A couple of quick penalties later, and in the 83rd minute, Tasman had a line out inside the Waikato 40 with a chance to win. The line out goes long, Waikato kick it out, take home their first championship in 15 years and in their club's 100th year. So you can't really argue with that.
Can't write a better script, and possibly the old you reckon that could be swan curtains on Liam Messam's career, going out on a high? Or do you reckon he's going to stick around?
I think that's got to be it. I mean, it's their first championship in 15 years. You've got to be happy with that. Bloke's 37. Yeah. He's been around the traps for a while.
Yeah.
Good on
now, I did have
he's
a man of the match.
Beast, man.
I had a man of the match for this as well, and it was the same man of the match on the coverage as well. It was Balin Sullivan for his 2 tries. But the honourable mention goes to D'Angelo Lawela. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this bloke before. He's the Waikato first 5. He is built like Nani Laumape. He debuted for Samoa 5 years ago today, in fact, at 19 years of age. Now he's 24 and he was unsigned in Super Rugby season. So,
has he been picked up by? No, he hasn't been picked up at all. He's in this New Zealand Barbarians team they've been picked today, though. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's a Papatoe boy. Played a lot of Auckland club rugby, right? Correct.
Yeah, Papatoe under 19s. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for clubs looking for a good first 5, I mean, far out. You don't have to look too much further. Now, just quickly, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but if you were listening to the coverage on Friday, you'll find that if you did multi my 2 margins together, you would have run away at 10-1 odds, and it might have made up for a bit of the coin that people lost on Sunday morning.
Absolutely, great job, Westy. Great season from you.
All I know about Sunday morning is that my Frenchman got up.
You didn't get the margin right. Shut up.
Get over yourself.
Yeah, Westy, great season from you, mate. Thanks so much.
Before we lose him though, Westy in our chat on Sunday morning had to leave because he was getting too bad up at me talking about how good my French team were.
Good. All friends should ditch you too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, guilty. I did have to leave the group chat, but it was
we're all on the same page. Fire Fozzie, right?
Yeah, get rid of the man.
Yeah,
he had an absolute shocker, mate. Jeez,
bring back Razor.
Yeah, just put him on.
Just quickly, while I do have you boys here, and while I'll have the listeners' attention, now we're obviously all doing the Movember.
Well, except Stobie, but yeah, the rest of us are.
Yeah.
Well, fucking hell, look at him. Zoom in, mate. Zoom in.
Jeez. I mean, I just saw this afternoon, Steve Devine, if you remember him, halfback for Auckland and the Blues. Now, he's running a Movember page, and if he gets to 5K, him and DC have agreed to recreate the OG Vortex Mega Howler ad from back in the day. So if you feel like the fellas, I mean, yes, it's hard to give cash to Stobie's Mo, and Len looks like a bit of a like he should be up on charges. So if you don't want to give your cash to the fellas, go and chuck it on Steve Devine, because I would be hanging out to see that ad recreated.
Absolutely, mate. Great pick up that.
Good, very good. Hey, look, mate, thanks again. Always a pleasure, never a chore, and we'll see you around the track shortly.
Yeah, cheers, fellas.
Thanks,
Catch you later.
Cheers,
Thanks,
mate.
mate.
Good stuff.
Another great rap.
He won. He must have won the comp then, eh? Our little tipping NPC thing.
Yeah.
We've just not
I
mentioned.
think he smoked us.
Yeah.
Was I close? I did well, didn't I?
But
Did
to
you
be
come
fair,
last,
he got 16 points in that last one. I think I might have. To be fair, Steve, you might have even snuck in and beat me, because I went 0-0 in that last round.
Yeah, I think I actually came back quite well, because I sucked for the most part. But anyway, life goes on.
Anyway, what have you got for us, Stobie? I believe we're into something
International
else.
rugby.
Oh, you're going to talk about your fucking French idiots or what?
I gave you guys a chance to get out of it, but yeah, look, bit of international rugby. The Scots, I think you guys had them 1-12. I had them 13 plus. I think 29-20 in that game. So well done, boys. You did well there.
So.
England, South Africa. What a cracker that was. That look, I only copped glimpses of it, but the English, the Poms do the number on the old Saffers 27-26. I think a penalty on full time almost, or pretty close, wasn't it, to get them over the line? What are you giggling at?
Do a number on them. They won by 1 point. Do a number one on them. They pissed on them. They didn't shit on them.
Yeah, and then your mates Aussie Stobie did real well as well. They got done a job on by the Welsh.
Fucking, that was a shambles of a thing. Holy shit. Curtly Beale fucking goes from hero to zero like fucking that. What an idiot, man. Oh my God.
Yeah,
we're going to talk us through that play, because you haven't told us enough.
Oh, you go talk through the play, then we'll talk about our listener feedback. Go on then, Stobie.
Oh, no, I mean, like, obviously got the penalty, pressure moment, kick to win the game, finish the season on a high, slots it, 90 seconds on the clock, and the brother reckons, I'm going to go on a little chip and chase individual hero moment and win this thing by fucking 10 points. What a cock. Like, fuck me. You guys have sucked enough as it is. Like, just win the game, 90 seconds, kick the ball out and get on the Bears. But no, Curtly Beale, fucking ugly old bastard, decides that he's got to do it himself. So
yeah, so Stobie's chucked up a post on the story going, brainless from Australia, Curtly Beale from hero to zero. We've got a listener who's come in and gone, mate, did you watch the game? What do you mean brainless? And all of us have gone, oh, you know, someone replied, because it's, you don't want to take on one of our listeners. And then Stobie's gone fucking all in with Curtly Beale kicking away possession with the lead in 90 seconds on the clock. Explain how that is not brainless. And the guy's just laughed at you.
Well, explain to me how it's not brainless. I think he's laughing at Curtly Beale, not at me.
I think he's laughing at how hard you push back. Yeah, so we've lost our one of no listeners basically because of that. Thanks,
our one Australian fan.
Yeah, thanks for that, Stobie.
To be fair, then we got a few Aussies in the ranks, which is always nice. Always nice. They love a bit of sport chat, the old Aussies. So we'll give that to them. And then lastly, our boys, the ABs. Look, I called they had one foot on the plane. They weren't looking forward to 7 days of ISO, and look, the old Frenchman came out and shoved a baguette right up their asses and beat them 40 points to 25 as it would turn out. And but to be fair, it was a fucking cracker of a game and probably deserved victory for the French. Like, they played outstandingly. We came back pretty strong, I thought, in the first 20 minutes of that second half. And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go, game on. But to be fair, the French held their composure. And, I mean, few rogue decisions, I thought, from Fozzie, Bear and Stobes. I'm sure you'll elaborate with around the substitutions. One in particular, D McKenzie for Jay Barrett. What are your thoughts there, mate?
Well, all I'll say is Geordie Barrett probably had the worst game of his season, if not fucking career. And like, that's all good. Like, he's a good player. I'm not going to take it away from the man. But if you're having a shocker of a game, fucking the coach just needs to balls up and take you off and put someone else on. And then he goes on from that, Barrett fully until 60 minutes or 70 minutes was still on the field and making some pretty average plays. And you take Will Jordan off, who's arguably being one of the best backs of the season. It's just, unless he's injured, I don't know.
It looked really
scripted.
Rogue. It looked really scripted that that's what was going to happen because, Barrett and even the commentators were saying that D-Mac was listed to play first fives because when he came on, he didn't come on at fullback, right? He came on at first five for that last 10, which, we needed him to, come on for Barrett, put an emphasis at the back. Yeah, Barrett had a bad night, but yeah, it just looked really scripted. The subs, like, not very agile to the plan not going well. Okay, we'll do this, this, and this. And it really told in the end.
Yeah. I think you're bang on the money there in terms of scripted, and it just looked like they were just trying to play to their plan, and when their plan didn't work, and it's looked similar throughout the seasons when their game plan hasn't worked. It doesn't look like they've had a plan B or been able to shift tack quick enough like the ABs of the past have been able to do and react on the field and be able to just, change their game plan. We've seen it before with the Irish when they've implemented that rush defence. And we've been able to change it mid-game, be it halftime or actually during the half and swing momentum. But this year in particular, we haven't really looked like, well, the last couple of years, I reckon even, we haven't really looked like we've had that ability. And I think I shared a little stat with you boys. It's the worst season we've had since 2000. We've only lost 3 games in a season. I think this is the 4th time in our 112-year history, I think it is, of rugby. So it's 3 losses, you shake your head and go, fuck, that's not a bad season. But, when you're held to the standards that the All Blacks are, we're known for our innovative rugby and our free-flowing game. Sure, the other team's getting better, but I think there comes a stage where we've got to keep getting better and keep improving to stay ahead of the game.
Yeah, we look stale. It'll be really, really massive off-season for NZRU to decide whether they do pull the pin. They've just re-signed him this year through to the World Cup. I don't remember the last coach we binned off outside of end of a World Cup. Like, it would have been before John Mitchell. Before 2003, from my memory only. And obviously Ray's is itching and is not quiet about it either. But yeah, you just look at D-Mac, even just that example, he got 10 minutes. So you can't play first 5 in 10 minutes, and be expected to go win us the game. I actually felt for him this season. He got fuck all time, I thought, and we could be in danger of losing him, potentially. So yeah, I felt for D-Mac.
Yeah, interesting stuff. But look, I guess that brings to a wrap code for this year, which is going to be a bit weird. No more rugby, but I guess it is cricket season kicking off. So
Super Rugby will come in quick enough, eh?
Well, it starts in bloody like Jan, Feb these days. So,
squads are good.
Yeah, they do look good, but we won't touch on that tonight. But I think there could be, there's definitely going to be some competition next year, and that Crusader side does look pretty fucking bomb as usual. But Stobie, should we move on? Next segment, mate. What have you got for us?
What do I have? I've got a little top 5, and we've got like top 5 what I thought was athletes or celebs, but I've only recently discovered it as just French people. So I suppose this can date back to the beginning of time. Top 5 French people. There's been plenty of them.
Is it people or just like things?
Fuck you, Lynn. You never.
Yeah. You always fuck this shit up. We should fire him.
That's why I zone out when you start talking about agenda now, because I'm just over it being wrong when you go through it. Oh.
I don't want to talk about the agenda. You're the one that wants to talk about the agenda.
Because you get it wrong every time.
Right. Gentlemen, relax. Nah. Top 5. Let's go straight to Len. Get your shit out of the way, and then we can actually do what was supposed to happen.
All right. So my top 5. I've got a person by the name of Zinedine Zidane. Nice. For his headbutt incident. That goes up there with number 1 brain explosions of all time. So he will be in my top 5. My next one is a man by the name of Jacques Cousteau. Look, everyone that knows me knows I'm a great seaman. And look, the work that he did in the naval space and sea exploration, Nat Geo. Look, I've watched a lot of his documentaries. and he was born and dead well before my time. But look, big fan of Jacques Cousteau, and he'll be in my top 5. Number 3 is Thierry Dusatois,
Nice.
the brave French captain. And look, he bloody good man, good rooster.
You know him, do you?
I think yeah, mate, good rooster.
Good.
I believe he is one of the first coloured people to captain the French rugby team,
Nice.
if not the first. And obviously was fucking outstanding in that 2011 World Cup for them. Serious athlete. And number 2, I've already mentioned his name once before tonight, and that is it could be her, actually, gender neutral, non-binary, the Croissant, a great French person. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner goes well. And in number 1, the frog. Look, if you were to summarize the French in one word, it would be frog. And for that reason, love France, love the country, frog.
Wow.
Jesus.
You
You're
suck.
about that. Yeah, you are just disgraceful. All right, that's enough out of you. Windows, what do you got, mate?
Yeah, all right, then let's get into my list. So, Zidane's a nice top 5, unbelievable playing career with Juventus and Real Madrid, and then gone on to win, I think, 3 Champions Leagues as manager for Real Madrid as well. He headbutted the dude.
Is it quite funny that the only reason I know him is because of the
headbutt? Yeah, I think it's because he said that
he did.
the other dude basically said, "I fucked your sister" or something like that. And the World Cup final, he's just gone and doofed him. Typical footballer. Either they kick or they use their head. They don't punch. So that's number 5. My next one is Celine Dion. Fantastic singer and obviously very famous. And does she do that Titanic song? Sorry, My Heart Will Go On and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, she does, mate. She does.
She does. Good stuff.
Near, far, wherever you are. That one.
That one. Cool. Thanks for that, Stobie. You freak. My next one is Andre the Giant. What a legend Andre the Giant is. Holds many records for how much alcohol he has consumed at a time, and obviously a very well-known figure within the wrestling community. Got into a bit of acting in the end, but that guy was the man. Next one, we've got Thierry Henry. Fantastic name, but he's an Arsenal legend, World Cup winner, Euro winner, good bastard. And my number 1, Napoleon. I think this is a short thing that I favoured Napoleon here. What a legend he is. I don't actually know much about history, but he was a dictator and ruler, and Napoleon's my number 1.
As good as Napoleon Dynamite, or
what a
like
movie
the
that
ice cream.
is.
Napoleon ice cream.
Yeah,
geez,
shows how
Napoleon.
educated we are, eh? I don't know what
Napoleon ice cream.
Isn't it Neapolitan
Neapolitan or something?
Neapolitan?
Fucking Napoleon. You big idiot.
That's what happens when he's on his phone while people are talking, eh?
Yeah.
Dipshit.
Jesus. Those
Stobie?
are good. Yeah, those are good windows.
Well, there were 5 people, so I'm doing better than our last person.
Shambles.
Mine was people.
Well, shush. I sort of didn't get the memo, and I went athletes for the most part. So most of them fucking football players, to be fair. So I got Dusatois. He's in there. I've got.
So both you idiots have criticised my list. You both got my guys in there.
You've got a croissant in yours. Shut up.
And a frog. And then said the French are just frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is also Thierry Dusatois.
Oh Jesus.
Right.
Ribéry. Got old Ribéry. Zinedine Zidane. He's
So
in
you
there
got
as
2
well.
of my 5.
Yeah, not a croissant. I've got Kylian Mbappe, because he's a fucking freak of a
That
thing.
guy is quick.
And then I've got Paul Pogba. Now it wouldn't.
Just say Paul,
wouldn't
mate.
be.
It's Bolo.
It's Paulo Pogba.
Bolo
Now-
Pogba.
It wouldn't be a Stobie top 5 without a couple honourable mentions. Now I've got one which you boys would quite love, and that is Sebastian Chabal. Do you remember that guy?
The caveman.
Yeah, he was
Absolutely. How famous is he?
heroic. Coco Chanel and
Yeah, good.
Joan of Arc.
Yeah, I googled this. I think I saw the same Google sheet that you looked at too with those last 2.
Heroic.
Nice, mate. That's a
Anyway.
good little tidy list in the end.
Yes, very nice. Now let's shut up and listen to Windlepiece's favourite game. Gives him stiffies. Go on, son. What you got?
Firstly, I'm going to talk about some cricket. But yeah, so look, got a bit of cricket to review here, lads. As we had a bitch and moan about it last week, the Black Caps in a three-leg ODI, T20 series. They got dusted 3-0. And let's have a little look back here. So second one was 184 for, oh no, that's not that one. They were
Dusted, spanked, and spoofed on.
That was the third one. Sorry, 153 for 6. New Zealand posted, and India chased it down 3 down. Guppy scoring more runs than that with a 30 odd, and Glenn Phillips at top scored. So I picked that with 550. But yeah, he scored 34, and Southey 3 for 16. Very respectable figures in that one. And then this morning, yeah, they got absolutely spanked. They got number 2s on them, and 184 for 7 India posted, with New Zealand going all out for 111. Rohit Sharma scoring 56 off 31. Guppy 51 off 36, and Santa's little helper had a good little, I think it was 3-4 or something like that. But you know, Guppy's gone and scored. What's that? 20, yeah, I don't know, 150 runs or something across the 3 games, and basically pulled the middle finger to Stobes, who keeps telling him to retire. You know, I had a dream he tattooed me the other night after you bitched and moaned about him the whole time. Real weird, eh?
Tattooed you? What did he tattoo on you?
I don't remember. I just
You have
remember
like
tattoo.
a silver medal, or what was it?
Oh, that's such a dick. Anyway,
Shout
so that
out
was
to Guppy for giving me his bat as well.
Did he give you
I'm a big fan of Guppy. Yeah.
You take kit from everyone. Yeah, I got a training shirt of his own.
Best
Make sure everyone
friends.
knows about that. All right then. So we got some football. Football over the weekend went bloody well for me. So Liverpool winning 4-0 over Arsenal. Unbelievable result in the end. Manchester United have dumped their manager this morning, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who is no longer at the wheel after their 4-1 loss to Watford. City recorded a good win. I think it was 2-0 over Everton. Tottenham picked up a win. And yeah, it was a pretty good weekend of it if you're not a United supporter. So that leaves the table with Chelsea at first on 29, City in second 26, Liverpool in third on 25, West Ham in fourth at 23, Arsenal doing really well climbing, Man United down at eighth, and they'll be looking for a new manager. So apparently they want Zidane. So that's someone you guys now know. So that's fantastic. And down the bottom, we've got Newcastle, Norwich, and Burnley in the relegation zone with Leeds just ahead. So yeah, that's the football, gentlemen. All right, let's keep things moving. Let's get some hit it or nick it. Len.
Yeah, mate. Another hit it or nick it. We're back again. Wonder if the old word got through to old mate about the theme, but could be interesting. Haven't listened as usual. I mean, I have listened. I know what's coming. But I'm sure it's good for the ears. Hit it or nick it. Jack, you've got the audio. We know how it goes. We get given a situation, a challenge. And we will decide and give our reasoning as to whether we will hit it, which is give it a crack, or nick it and put our bat under our arms and walk off the field.
Fantastic, mate. Well explained. Let's get this going. I'm always nervous when you haven't listened to them, which is every week. Why is it not playing?
Fuck's go these days.
Sorry. It's because I keep saying stuff.
You know, you've just done a couple.
I need you to keep talking while I redo it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well done.
I want to sing a song. Intermission.
Yeah, if we had sponsors, this is where a sponsor break would go.
This could be, like, if anyone wants to sponsor us, we've got No Ugly that's come on board and given the fellas then some drinks to stay focused, to hydrate after a big night, to detox after too many beers, to help him sleep because he can't sleep.
I thought they're alcoholic drinks.
No, mate, non-alcoholic. This is no tropics, B+ vitamins, blackcurrant wellness tonic. Probably my favorite one so far, the No Ugly focused. Yeah, not bad. So thanks to the fellas.
So picture this. You're out at night, say, Med and Code, or wherever you young fucks go these days. You know, you've just done a couple shots at the bar and you lean over to your mate and he's looking pretty good after that 10th shot. And you think, you know what? I'm going to deliver some
Oh,
What are you
Payback
delivering?
for the French. I'm gonna pay them back for what they did to us by French kissing my fucking mate right now. French kissing your mates when you're horsed. Hit it on a kit.
That's so
Brilliant.
rogue. Oh, good for him. For
Fucking
knowing.
hit it. I'm gonna kick that off. Yep, I've been there, done that. I've stuck my
t-shirt?
tongue down many a bloke. Many of my mates have had Len's tongue down their throat, and yep, I'll hit it. We actually went around Thailand. There were 4 of us blokes, and at the time we all had girlfriends. I think, yeah, yeah, all 4 of us had girlfriends. So there were 4 of us traveling around Thailand, and so we just pretended that we were all together. And this like big foursome Kiwi blokes that was all together traveling, shagging each other. And we went out one night, and I think it was Nha Trang. And we went out one night and ended up in this like Russian. So there's heaps of Russians in Vietnam and Nha Trang, and we ended up at this little like, underground bar. And we had this like little Polish girl that was with us, and she just wanted, we brought her along for the ride. And she just wanted a piece of one of us Kiwi blokes, but we were just like, nah, sorry, like we're all hanging out the back of each other. She's like, no, you're not, there's no way. Well, yeah, no, we hang out the back of each other. And she's like, well, fucking prove it then. So next thing you know, there's 4 of us blokes all fucking having a go on each other on the dance floor. All these Vietnamese people around. And, you know, we're all like, most of us are like close to 6 foot, but it was bloody brilliant because all these little Vietnamese people obviously like 5'2". So yeah, no, great time. But yeah, hitting that one. Thanks for coming.
Well done. Thank you for the story on top of it. Stobes.
Stories with Len.
Keep your fucking tongue away from me. It's just disgraceful.
I know where my tongue's going next.
The hardest part is Stobie doesn't stay out late enough to be at a bar with shots with us for this to happen. So of course he's nicking it.
No, like I'm all good with like the odd peck or the odd kiss or here or there, you know, but the old tongue down the old Frenchie, that's just fucking horrific.
Yeah,
anything worse, especially Len. You'd get diseases.
Yeah, I don't want to get demolished by Len. He's too big for me as well. No, I'm nicking tongue, but especially on a big night, yeah, I'll tell my boys I love them. I'll give them a kiss, but tongue, I'm good, man. Like I'll draw my line there. But yeah, a kiss on the lips, I'll hit.
You got another story about some tongue?
I'm sure you're gonna say it anyway.
It was a night in Long Room. And I come out of the toilets and found Jimmy Ellis. And Jimmy Ellis, I just stuck my tongue out, and Jimmy Ellis just licked my tongue.
I like that.
And we'll leave it there. But bloody great night, bloody great man. He's a man, myth, the legend, Jimmy Ellis.
Yeah,
friend of the show.
Absolutely, he's half the man he used to be, but he's a good man.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So yeah, all right, keep things moving with after that. But Len, brum brum.
Yeah, mate, from your boy's favourite segment, bit of F1 again, and we're racing around Qatar. First time that I've been to Qatar, and your old mate Hamilton, he is a magician, and he won again. So cuts Verstappen's lead in the championship to 8 points now. Max had to take a 5-place grid penalty for yellow flag infringement, so he started in 7th, but worked his way back up into 2nd and finished there. Alonso, for the first time since 2014, makes the podium. So that's probably the highlight. Like all in all, pretty mundane race, nothing special about it. I guess Hamilton, probably good, nice little sign from him, wearing a Pride helmet in support of, or I guess going against Qatar, where it's illegal to be gay. So, you know, nice little stand up from him to support our LGBTQI community. I hope I got all the letters there. There's a lot of them. But anyway, yeah, look, clinic from Hamilton, absolute genius, showed his experience and class there. So that's my name, that's my number, and that's F1 for another week. Stobie, mate, I think it's your turn for a little bit of your favourite segment, mate.
Yeah, we got a bit of rate it or hate it, which is a bit of a beauty that's been brought about by a Windle piece. So thanks, mate. You are good for something, so that's nice. Really? Now the note
aside from the agenda.
Yeah. That's a soft spot, Len. Come on. Now it said it didn't have to be French stuff, but it is French stuff, so whatever. What we're gonna do, bit of a change up, because I love a little change up, is I'm going to say the thing, rate it or hate it, and you guys are both going to say rate it or hate it. If it's the same, we'll move on. If you've got differing opinions, you need like a quick thing as why. All right, ready, steady. We're going to crack on. We've said it many times this episode, probably episode name, croissant.
Rate it.
Rate it.
Frogs.
Rate it.
Hate
Have it.
Why do you hate it? Why do you hate it, Windows?
We're talking about eating them, right?
No, just frogs. Well, we can
Oh.
eat them if you want.
I was talking about eating them. I'll rate it if it's not eaten. Hate it if I'm eating it.
Okay. Creme brulee.
Rate it. That's probably
Yeah, rate it.
new one. Yeah. What do you, Lynn?
I had to think about what creme brulee was.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck, you uncultured man.
Brioche.
Hate it.
Hate it. Overrated.
Yeah, overrated
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's that good.
Frogs.
You already.
We've already had that. Rate it.
Yeah, I know.
All right, rate it. I'll rate it then.
Is the episode going to be called Frogs or Croissants?
I don't
So
know.
we
Frogs
talk
and
Frogs and
croissants.
croissants.
Mona Lisa.
Hate it.
Moaning
Done.
Lisa.
No, Nisa. All right. Eiffel Tower.
Hate it.
Rate it.
What did you say?
Jack, why do you rate it?
Just rate it.
Oh,
Go on, Jack.
what's going on here? There's
Nah,
gotta be a
I don't
story.
know. Lynn, is it good
It's
enough?
called this. It's called the City of Love for a reason. Put it that way.
Oh, jeez. I want to know this one. Maybe
Off
we'll...
air.
Do you want it now, Windows? Or okay, off air. All right. Sad. Love.
Rate it.
Hate it. Fuck that shit.
Oh, jeez. All right. We'll move on. Cheese.
Rate it.
Rate it.
Absolutely
rate it.
rate it.
Champagne.
Rate it. Lynn likes it poured
Nah,
down his
I'm
top.
not a big fan, too bubbly.
Oh,
Oh.
jeez. You start farting or something. Tour de France.
Hate it.
Yeah, nah, hate it.
Likes are dumb. They
Yeah.
all dope.
Yeah, it's dusty. Disneyland.
Haven't
Is
been.
it
but I'd rate
Disneyland
it.
in France?
Yeah, mate.
Yes, you pay now. Jeez,
I haven't
Jesus
been to
Christ.
that one. I haven't been to any of them, but I'd want to go.
Yeah. All right. French kiss. Apparently, Len fucking rates it.
Yeah,
Fucking
Lynn's all inclusive on that one. It's all. Nah, hate it. Fuck that.
French rugby team.
Hate them. Fuck them.
And finish it off, frogs. That's the
Hate
one.
you.
That's rated or
French
hated
kissing a
for,
frog.
for the week. French kissing a frog and a croissant.
Very nice.
Rightio, Len, you've taken over the horses this week. So go for it, mate. What do we got? What's happened?
Yeah, mate. Giddy up. They fucking ran, didn't they? And I think, to be fair, we forgot about them all for a second week running. And what a week to forget about them, because we actually went all right. Look, I hope you all took my advice, because better than bank interest, put the fucking house on it and count them rupees all the way to the fucking bank, baby. Stormed home to win the gong, didn't it? At 350. Pretty impressive win there. And Stobie, you tipped it as well, but kindly gave it to me. But look, you could have got paid if you got around that one. And then my little beast Levante displayed a fine turn of foot as well, to race home and score for the fellas at Tarapa. So we go 1 from 1 in the NZ races this summer. So maybe we have a little look closer to home now that the weather's getting a little bit better in weeks to come, but we'll see what comes of that. As for Jack, mate, donut for you, unfortunately, champ. So back to the drawing board this week, but it happens to the best of us. I was there last week, so I know the feeling. Stobie, though, I believe you picked a roughie, mate, that got home at some good odds. Tell us. Let's hear.
Yeah, well, I had a little look at this one. This one ran a couple of weeks ago and finished pretty naughtily, and was a bit unlucky. Naughtily, it's a good word. A bit unlucky not to win or get some clear air in this. And I thought, you know what? Fuck this. Malkovich, it's a shambles of a thing. $1.90.
Hang on a
11
second. It's not a shambles.
Mate, it's paying $1.90. It should win. It didn't win. 11-11 won. Stormed over the top of it at $8. Thanks for coming. Fucking you beauty.
Hell
Fuck you,
bloody
Malkovich.
good. And then my old roughie, nothing silly, was nothing but silly, and finished fifth. So nothing to see there. I guess the one last thing that we probably need to touch on is that Morikawa at $1.33, just like the donkey, stormed home, and won the race to Dubai. So Jack, unlucky mate, you didn't pick up the win there, but Stobes and I back in the favourite. He got home and played a good round of golf to get the job done there, and pocketing a nice cool 3 million for yourself. Not bad. If you boys won 3 million in a golf, what's the first purchase you're going on? Boat for Stobie. Yeah, I'm buying a big fucking boat, and we're having the Weekend Warriors boat party on there.
I'd buy a big mansion for us to have every week.
3 million doesn't buy you much in Auckland these days, though. Get you a little fucking cottage in Ponsonby.
A 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom.
Yeah. But nah, bloody brilliant. Anyway, Stobie, mate, how's the leaderboard stacking up? Have you recalculated now, mate, that you've got your match fixing out the way you fucking cheat?
Yeah, well, look, at the end of the day, it's because you fuckers can't admin that it ended up that way, so it's not my fault.
Oh, makes a spreadsheet, it's shit, and we get blamed for it. Fuck me.
No. I've told you how it works. You didn't fucking do your thing. But anyway, it is what it is. So the scores that I put out there were a bit off. Unfortunately for me, I was quite stoked with myself for a second there, thinking, fuck, I'm good. I'm not good. So this week, we did have, what do we have? Len in 3rd place, where he belongs. Windlepiece.
There's no way I was in 3rd place.
This week you were. This week. And then Windlepiece in 2nd on 14.83, and Stobes came storming home with 16.76 now.
Well done.
You wouldn't read about it, but that didn't do much for me. 3rd place overall is Stobes, 114.
And you put on Instagram that you're first. You're a dickhead.
Oh, no. What an idiot. Len, 128 in 2nd place, and Windlepiece, 139, takes the cake, which is just ridiculous.
Like, I can't see you boys that far back. Fuck, I'm good. Oh, you guys hate it, eh?
It's not good. Yeah,
I still reckon there's match fixing going on. I reckon Jack's match fixing.
Hey, you haven't done any of it right all season.
So bad. You are horrific. That I went back and there it is. KL Rahul.
Mate, I backed him all World Cups, and literally I went for them in the fucking.
All right. Well, let's go back, and I'll have Northland for every game that they won as well. I'll take my $8 odds.
Yeah, fucking one fucking game. Still leaves you like 10 points behind me, mate.
No, that is abysmal behaviour. We're going to have to filter through all your shit after that. You need to be audited. Disgraceful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, yep, that's where we are. That's the story. Very nice, fellas. Another week in the books. Sign it off. Sign, seal, delivered.
I'm yours.
Nice.
Crack a couple beers, we'll talk about the sport. Maybe some other things don't